Hi everyone. Let's talk about the micros and macros of decision making and how we must all eat a frog at the beginning of the day. We all know the story of the sinking of the Titanic. More than 100 years ago, a cruise ship had sunk to the bottom of the ocean after it had hit an iceberg. But here is the real reason behind that disaster. There was a guard, a watchman, who was supposed to guard from the crow's nest on top of the Titanic to watch out for any iceberg. The thing is, he needed a binoculars, and the binoculars was in the locker room. Okay. The problem is he did not have the keys to the locker. So who had the keys to the locker? The co-captain who was retired from boarding the cruise ship in the last minute because his job was given to a new co-captain to run the ship across the ocean. Okay, so what has happened is the gentleman who was retired did not remember to hand over the keys to the new guy, and this ship set sail without the keys. So, if you can understand the implications of what happens with our last minute decision making or making a U turn on our decisions and quickly not thinking through the whole thing, look at what happens as a result of all these consequences. So, literally, the key to the Titanic disaster, if you think of this, you will understand even our smallest decisions can have major impact in our lives as well as other people's lives. Okay, what is all this discussion about decision making? What are the opposites of decision making? Let's first understand that. We use a lot of tactics in our daily life. You might recognize a few of them. We are usually stalling, we are delaying our decision making, we are procrastinating, we are also dwelling a lot in indecisions. We are not making any decision. We are also creating what is called unmade decisions. Unmade decisions is an important thing. It is where you are making decisions over and over again, but without any concrete result. You're letting it drain you, the thought of making a decision, the thought of arriving at a conclusion, but you're not bringing it to a closure. Those are the ones that are unmade decisions. So let's talk about why decisions are hard. Decisions are hard because we worry if we are making the right choice. Will this pay off in the long term? Am I going to be better off with this decision, or will I be happier, or will I be worse off? Will this all work out in my favor? Will I have a favorable outcome? That is our next biggest worry. The third thing is the reason why we don't make a decision is we already know the outcome and we don't like it. So these are some of the reasons why we don't make decisions. And of course, there are reasons that we procrastinate as well. You know, we keep kicking the can down the road, hoping that things will somehow sort themselves out magically, and we just keep postponing things that way. The reason why we also do all this is because we just assume that decisions are either right or wrong. So our biggest problem is, what if we make a wrong decision? Okay, so if you just try to unpack all this, right, let's see. Decision on the face of it is our time to act. So what does that mean? If we have taken a decision, it means we have to act on it, and that is also the ultimate inaction that leads to the ultimate inaction of stalling and delaying, because we know that once we have made a decision, we will have to work on that and do something about it, right? Okay, sometimes decisions are very easy. You know when it is when we are not really attached to the outcome. So let's say you're not attached to the outcome means this. Let's say your friend comes and she's like, oh my god, I'm just fed up with my boyfriend. He's just driving me crazy. What will you say in that juncture? You will just say, leave him. He's no good anyway. Right? So it was so easy for you to make a quick decision for your friend, but if you were going through the same thing, would it be as easy to do the same thing or not? right? So that's how you have to think. We usually in our decision making, we bring emotions and rationality, and we keep overthinking it, mulling and mulling. Sometimes decisions are very, very hard, genuinely very hard, because they're either way too unique, bizarre, and novel. So sometimes our brain is like, oh, red flags all over the place. Maybe this is just way too unique that, it will draw everybody's attention to me. And sometimes it's also way too many choices. We are paralyzed by the paradox of choice. It's just not easy to pick one and be done. Sometimes it is the fear of missing out. What if I pick this one, but the other thing turns out to be good? And what if I will miss all the goodness from making this decision? Um, Sometimes we don't have enough data, because we actually don't have the full picture to make the right decision. That is a genuine case. We don't have the full picture. We also don't understand what we have to do in some cases. But remember, this decision making is a very, very important tool to have in our toolkit, because the thing that I was saying earlier, eating the frog. Eating the frog is, metaphorically, it means making the toughest decision first thing in the morning. So, what you're doing is, because decision making power is a willpower muscle, so it keeps draining as you get through the day. So, if you can make your most important and complicated decisions quickly, crisply, the first thing in the morning, then you're not going to struggle with it, the power to choose or not to choose throughout the day. And that way you can save a lot of your personal bandwidth. At the end of the day, if you understand that the power to choose, the power to decide is that something that makes you autonomous and is empowering, you will understand that there is power in deciding, because only then you will never waste a single chance of making a decision. Right now you can make a decision to continue watching this or not. Is this being useful or not? Just, if it is, you continue. If it is not, you move on. It's very simple. Thank you.